Xbox is banning unauthorized controllers and accessories. Fighting game enthusiasts and others are furious about the new Xbox Series XS policy. Microsoft appears to be cracking down on third party peripherals for its consoles. Players are reporting getting error messages when they try to use certain off brand controllers on Xbox Series X and S, with the accompanying text telling them that the devices are not authorized and will no longer usable come mid November. The major policy change is sparking a loud outcry from various gaming communities, including fighting game players who often use third party fight sticks for high level competitions. The upcoming change was first reported last week over on Windows Central. An Xbox One user reported getting an OX82D60002 error code when trying to use her existing off brand Xbox controller. A connectedness accessory is not authorized, a console warning read. Using unauthorized accessories compromises your gaming experience. For this reason, the unauthorized accessory will be blocked from use on November 12th, 2023. Okay. A similar warning was reported by accessory maker Brook Gaming, which specializes in fighting boards and steering wheel adapters. Recently, we have received player feedback concerning these products when used on Xbox consoles. The latest OS version 10.0.25398.2266 released on October 16th during online gameplay, the company tweeted on October 20th. We deeply regret any inconvenience this may cause you. As many players have pointed out, this new policy could be one way that Microsoft is attempting to crack down on manufacturers of XIM and Cronus Zen adapters, which help players modify their controller inputs to cheat in popular online shooters like Call of Duty, Warzone 2, and Rainbow Six Siege. At the same time, the blanket ban will also mean that lots of cheaper off-brand controllers and custom gaming accessories will no longer work on Xbox. Um, Hey yo, Phil Spencer, Xbox, Matt Booty. This is essentially a death sentence for local fighting game events that run on Xbox, much less others that can only afford one arcade stick. Fighting game content creator and Maximilian Dude tweeted on October 29th as the news spread. The Brook Gaming fans' converters are not cheat devices, they're a huge boon to the FGC. Please reconsider. The biggest question about the new restriction is whether peripheral makers will be able to apply to become authorized suppliers or if the ban will remain in place for anyone who doesn't have a branded deal with Xbox. That would mean companies paying Microsoft for authorization, potentially increasing the cost of the devices themselves or forcing some manufacturers to stop making devices for Xbox entirely. This is the situation that's already in place in PlayStation, and it's a huge drag. The PS5 only supports officially licensed controllers and accessories, of which there are very few. Most are also quite pricey. The result has been a near total lockdown that gives players few alternatives to Sony's DualSense. Microsoft now seems to be heading in the same unfortunate direction. Update. A spokesperson for Microsoft confirmed the ban will soon go into effect and said it's for performance security and safety. Microsoft and other licensed Xbox hardware partners' accessories are designed and manufactured with quality standards for performance, security, and safety, they wrote in a statement. Unauthorized accessories can compromise the gaming experience on Xbox consoles, Xbox One, Xbox Series. Players may receive a pop up warning that their accessory is unauthorized. Eventually, the unauthorized accessory will be blocked from use to preserve the console gaming experience. The full list of supported devices going forward is available on Microsoft's website. So, what do you think of third party controllers and accessories being um, being banned, basically?
It's a good way to start a safety protocol for consoles as a whole for most owner of game consoles. Those that try to maintain the integrity of the product because yes, PlayStation went down a road of like a no return to limit their accessibility to other people that can't afford their official products. But at the same time, thanks to cheaters of like Apex Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty Warzone for the past year and a half now, people are like buying these products or services or even that device to connect to the consoles now to cheat. And Microsoft can't. I don't think they can do this, but they cannot create like a limitation on certain products specifically for that device. But in order to make it better and more efficient, they do it for as a whole for the entire console, meaning that you have to buy official licensed products that are approved by Microsoft to play on the as accessories on the Xbox. Which I can understand the feeling, like you want to have the freedom to do what you want with your console and all, but if people are taking advantage of the system by cheating a lot and there's no purpose, and they just do it for the sake of like for fucking around and finding out the hard way, then that sucks for everyone. It just it is what it is. It's like that with what's going on here in the city. Now they want people to like the businesses. They want like the zero trans fat thing that was going on back 15 years ago. When I was a new protocol, something about with the salt or sugar intake is shown on the menus now. So basically, everyone has to comply because one or two companies or one or two restaurants or corporations of these restaurants are not on par with their safety standards to the consumers and customers of their product. So it's a win lose. Oh, it's lose lose for everyone, but it's well worth the long term layout, the long term outlook on the protocol of gaming. In a sense.
Yeah. I just think this is, but the thing is, while it may sound good in concept, again, a lot of people, especially like in the fighting game community, they use different joysticks. They use like joysticks and stuff because it's a lot easier to pull off combo moves than on a controller.
Yeah.
And it just sucks that it's going to affect those people as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think honestly, and I think this might just kill like fighting competitions because when people play fighting games, and I'm talking like experts that are good enough to play in these like tournaments where hundreds of thousands of dollars are on the line, they don't. Most of them don't use a controller. They're using
Oh, yeah.
a arcade stick, and now most of these sticks aren't going to work, and that goes for other accessories. And it's not like these controllers are cheap. When I was in Roosevelt Field Mall in 2014, I have a gold PS3 controller. It costs $50 for that one PS3 controller.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the upside to the controls for the PlayStation is built-in battery. Like you don't have to keep taking out batteries every few hours or few days just to play with the same controller. And the controller, yes, the downside to the PlayStation controller is that you have to replace them every few months to a couple of years, depending upon how much you use it. But it's still all right to those who are using it on a casual as a casual gamer.
I don't know.
So
I've played. I mean, I've had this PlayStation 3 controller for about 10 years, 9 years, and it's still works fine.
well, PlayStation 5 is more plastic than
Well,
ever.
this
I
is
mean,
well again. This is a PlayStation 3 controller, not a PS5. So
yeah, because PlayStation 5 they downgraded in quality with the controller, so
okay,
I will admit that. But with Xbox, so more so, they maintain their integrity of their product over time because you see, change batteries there or get a lithium rechargeable battery lasts for a week or two, depending on how much you used it for their gaming.
not to
So
mention
it's
not to mention for the PS3 controller, I have I can use the cord that charges my camera. Just stick the little end into the on top of the PS3 controller. Stick the USB end into the ports on the front of the PS3, and my controller will charge while I'm playing the game.
oh yeah, definitely.
So that's good at least. But like I said, it's not. I'm not talking about me in this case. I'm talking about people who use arcade sticks, not to cheat, but because it's easier to pull off combos in fighting games
Hmm.
for starters. Um, and it just sucks that that X that I think it's wrong that Xbox is limiting what people can do, what people can use to play these consoles. Especially, I mean, if you're buying something third party, buy at your own risk. But I mean, maybe, but I mean, is it really worth going out your way to ban accessories and stuff? I mean,
People are cheating with the devices that act as accessories. That's why Xbox is taking initiative for the matter to do that, to get rid of that protocol, that security risk, because people are cheated now with devices that are like free and able with their device with users' devices. Which sucks, because you figure you use like a fucking aimbot or whatever from a software and you got to download from a computer. No, now this is buying from GameStop, and GameStop, let this happen. What Xbox should have done is sue GameStop towards that product, at least for fucking up their integrity of that product, because she has been rampant for the last year now, at least on these games, Call of Duty, Warzone, and Apex Legends, Fortnite, you name it. It's fucking crazy. Like, James, I mean, I'm serious. For the last couple of years, at least, cheaters were rampant with this device. I forgot what it's called exactly, where you just hook it up to the Xbox and just like, you just cheat. It was ridiculous, man. It was rampant, and then people reported it constantly. That's a whack-a-mole type of method too, to report things and stuff like that. It's just best to just call it quits. Just upgrade its security. That's it.
okay. Obviously I didn't know that, so
Yeah, it
um,
was the Apex for last back in 2020, 2019, when it first was started. It was like 10 million people playing the game, and about at least a million people were cheating on a
oh wow.
constant basis. So it was big back in 2020. Then by 2022, people started like now complaining more than ever, and that's where it all started to go to fruition in recent last 6 months now with this protocol. So Xbox is doing the right thing in the matter for the sake of the company to maintain their consistency in their product. Because if you let any cheater, any person with a device, to fuck with the other people's devices online via cheating or the hacking, whatever, that's a liability to the company, and people will sue the company for that matter. So,
Okay.
they, and I
Obviously
hope
I
GameStop. If I can say this, to help GameStop be sued for the matter too for that selling that device.
Okay, well, obviously I didn't know about that, so but it still sounds
Yeah,
like a blanket ban is bad because you're also hurting innocent people who weren't cheating.
no, not really. If you don't use the devices that connect to the console for sake of cheating, hacking, or manipulating of the game or system or both, you're fine.
No, no,
You
no.
got
I'm
nothing.
saying,
nothing
I'm saying what they're. I understand, they can't wait till an accessory is reported and then block it and then ban it. So they instead did this ban for all unauthorized controllers and accessories. But now I'm just saying the people who weren't doing it to cheat. Um, it's just a shame that they got affected also.
nah, I, I'm sorry, my friends of the do as you wish crowd, because it's like, yes, you own the console, yes, but you're dealing with other people online now. It's not like Nintendo or Super Nintendo or Genesis or Dreamcast even. Yeah, even with Dreamcast, you're connected to the internet, yes, at the time, but it's a private network, it's a private connection. You're not using a library connection. You're not using the workplace connection, or whatever. That's one thing. But now, 20 years later, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, you're dealing with other online users, online gamers. So you have to be cordial and follow a protocol to the best of your ability to make sure that you're having a good time overall as a group, as a community. Otherwise, that'll falter. Microsoft will lose business overnight, and most likely Microsoft will lose the Xbox division in billions, if not trillions, over God knows how many years. Depending upon, because obviously they just spent $7 billion on Microsoft and Activision, Blizzard, and all. So it's kind of like, it's like, wow, it's like fuck, man, we can't do this over the next 5 or 10 years, no problem. We have to get rid of it now. We can't sue the GameStop right away, but we can at least get rid of the problem right in a few weeks, a few months at the most.
Okay,
So.
okay. Again, I'm talking about the people that weren't cheating, but like you were using arcade sticks for fighting games.
Hmm.
Um, but I guess, but either way, um, you're gonna have to use something that's authorized by Xbox or something that's first party.
And I hope Microsoft will also follow suit by giving Xbox members, Xbox Gold members, like discounts on their accessories over the next few months. In the meantime, while this is being cleaned up, so that way people can feel more safe, not safe, but also confident in these authorized products. You know, try
Right.
doing that. You know, and I think that one of the reasons why it is my opinion, of course, this is my speculation why Major Nelson left the company. I think Major Nelson got tired of the bullshit going on behind the scenes, and that when Major Nelson left, that was a big slap in the face to Microsoft because Major Nelson's been a user and a maker, a programmer for Microsoft for decades. And within a matter of like not even weeks, we hear Mary Nelson leaving the company earlier this past summer. It's the fall season. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What will happen, man? Like, I just talked to the guy via comment section on his podcast and on YouTube earlier this past summer, and he just left all of a sudden. Like, what's that about? Quietly, by the way.
Okay. Well, anyway, like I said, if if you use one of these accessories, now they're gonna have to be first party.